In the 90th episode of the A.S.A.P Tech News, we talk about the latest NVIDIA graphics card drivers, the first custom variant of the Intel ARC A380 graphics card, EK Waterblocks announces a new monoblock for the ASUS ROG Maximus Z690 Extreme motherboard, and Lian Li launches a new 120mm fan. We start with NVIDIA and the latest graphics card drivers, now at version 516.40. This new driver brings out support for the new Fall Guys free-for-all video game, RTX support for Jurassic World Evolution 2, Resident Evil 2 and Resident Evil 3 and Resident Evil 7, and adds the NVIDIA Reflex support for Icarus. This driver also has some issues fixed, such as the shadows might not be rendered correctly in Enscape, a Club 3D CAC 1085 dongle being limited to a maximum resolution of 4K at 60Hz, and in Advanced Optimus, brightening settings are not getting applied correctly on certain Lenovo notebooks. However, just like any other graphics card driver, it fixes some, while others are left unresolved, such as toggling HDR on and off in-game causes game stability issues when no native resolution is selected. With the RTX 3090 Ti, the HP Reverb G2, the Oculus Rift S, the Pimax 8KX systems are not detected. When videos are being played with Microsoft Edge using the NVIDIA image scaling, the image will appear green. This only happens upon resuming from hibernation or booting up with fastboot enabled. With DirectX 12 enabled, shadow play recordings may appear overexposed when HDR is enabled from the Windows display settings. Within Assassin's Creed Origins, the game displays flickerings when the character is underwater near a boat. And finally, monitors may briefly flicker on waking from display sleep if DSR and DLDSR is enabled. Next, we have the first custom variant of the Intel ARC A380 graphics card, made by the Asian manufacturer GUNNIR. The GUNNIR Intel ARC A380 Photon OC is available in only certain parts of Asia, and little is known about its availability outside of those regions. The graphics card uses a two-fan cooling system and an all-black design. For power, this graphics card uses a single 8-pin connector, which is a clue as to how much power it will use in the end, as a single 8-pin connector is rated for up to 150 watts of power. However, this graphics card has a TDP rating of just 92 watts. The graphics card is using 6GB of GDDR6 memory with a maximum clock speed of 2450 MHz. For output, the A380 Photon OC has a total of 3 display ports and a single HDMI 2.0 port. Availability is still up to debate, and the same can be said for the pricing. We continue with EK Waterblocks, which has announced their new EK Quantum Momentum² for the ASUS ROG Maximum Z690 Extreme motherboard. This new waterblock will make direct contact with the CPU and the VRM components of the motherboard. The base plate of the monoblock is made from solid nickel-plated electrolytic copper, while the top plate is made from clear cast acrylic materials. For RGB, there is a single addressable RGB LED strip that will connect to the 3-pin RGB header of the motherboard. The LEDs are fully compatible with the ASUS Aura Sync RGB control system. In terms of pricing, the EK Quantum Momentum² will be available starting early July for no less than €249.90. And finally, Lian Li releases a new 120mm fan, the SL Infinity 120. These fans are available in 2 colors, white and black, and use no less than 40 RGB LEDs. In terms of speed, these fans can be completely stopped for ultimate silence, or they can increase their speed up to a maximum of 2100 RPM. One addition to these fans in terms of the design and the RGB is the usage of infinity mirrors on the sides of the fan frames. This is a simple system that adds more depth, no pun intended, to the overall look of the fan. The SL Infinity 120 has a new connector and cable that effectively combines the power connector and the RGB connector into one smaller cable that can be rotated and fit around the fan frame and the radiator fittings. This ensures optimal clearance for all radiators used. In terms of the pricing, the Lian Li SL Infinity 120 white and black models will be available starting at $29.99 US, while the 3-fan pack will be available starting at $100 US. And this is the end of the episode number 90 of the A.S.A.P Tech News, one of the few tech news series which aims to deliver you the news as fast as possible for your convenience.